What is up YouTube? This is Sandeep and welcome to my channel where sometimes it's a vlog and sometimes it's a how-to video. This is an episode 2 of the series that I'm doing of my travel to Sri Lanka. So if you haven't watched the first episode, the link is in bio. One thing I forgot to mention in the first episode of this series was that we had rented a van and a driver to go around in Sri Lanka, and I 100% recommend doing that. It gives you the freedom to change your plan on the go. It gives you the freedom to stop anywhere you want, and it's not expensive as renting a car here in America. So if you do decide to go, I 100% recommend pre-booking a driver and a vehicle. You will not regret that. So I left you guys in Sigiriya in my last video, so I'm gonna continue from there. So after hiking Pidurangala, we made our way to Kandy in Sri Lanka. By the time we got to Kandy, it was pretty late, and the only thing that was open for dinner was KFC, so we ended up having that. And after that, we made our way to the hotel we were gonna stay at. The hotel was called SKYLOFT Hotel in Kandy. It was an amazing place. Again, 100% recommend staying there if you are planning on staying a night in Kandy. It was very simple, but the view was good. So the next morning we woke up early and started making our way towards tea plantations as planned. But since we had our own transportation, we stopped multiple times on the way. Once to see an elephant on the streets, and then to take tour of this wood crafting place. I'm glad we had the opportunity to visit the woodcrafting place and witness amazing work. Also, all the colors that you see are derived from nature, which I thought was pretty amazing as well. I did not purchase anything from this woodcrafting place as everything was very expensive. Not only that, but I didn't have any space in my luggage as well. So, and I didn't want to run the risk of breaking anything after paying a good amount for it. So. If you really want to grab a photo with the tea plantation workers, then you simply just have to drive around and look for a plantation where there are workers. After grabbing some photos, we started to make our way towards our planned destination, Damro tea plantation. However, Roshan, our driver, recommended that we see Ramboda waterfall on the way, and we were very glad that we did. Finally, we made it to the Damro tea factory. It was very interesting taking the tour of the factory and learning about the process of making various types of teas. After the tour, we were able to enjoy unlimited tea for free and some cake. You must try the tea cake when you visit. We also bought some tea leaves to take back home from there. After Damro Tea Factory, we started to travel towards our next destination, Nuwara, Eliya. We ended up staying at GALWAY Heights for the night, and this was by far the best hotel experience I had. And maybe that's because we got there early enough to enjoy the social setting of the hotel. For dinner, we went to this little Italian restaurant, and to all of our surprises, it was one of the best pizzas we've had. We were starving, so as soon as food came out, we dug in instead of taking any footage of the food or anything like that. The next morning, we woke up early to catch the train to Yala. I suggest that you reserve your seat unless you're okay with the possibility of standing for 3 hours. The view throughout the train ride was absolutely gorgeous, and besides the view, it was really intriguing to meet the travelers from different places in the world and talk about their experiences. By the way, this is not the train ride that goes over the Nine Arc Bridge. In order to get to Nine Arc Bridge, you have to get off at Yala station and go by road. It also involves a small hike, but it's not bad at all. Before getting to Nine Arc Bridge, we had a traditional Sri Lankan lunch at a nearby restaurant as we were starving after standing for 3 hours or close to 3 hours. And if you're a photographer, you're going to love this location. This was our 4th night in Sri Lanka, and we decided to spend it at Xian View Hotel. Very minimalist hotel, as you'll see. Another day, another hotel. Let's take a quick walk through. It is a mess because spent a night here already. These are must. Mosquitoes are mean over here if you let them bite you. No TV, by the way, in this room, and very little light. forces you to be amongst the nature. Not a shared bathroom though. The separation is always good. Very not so fancy kind. Kind of preferred it. The outside is gorgeous. They give you this hammock. Great view. Imagine if you were able to wake up to this view every day. Think would definitely improve your mental strength. Yeah, that's it. That's the room. Let me show you if I can the outside. This is the only bad part about this hotel. There was a construction going on. Probably another hotel. But yeah, that's what it looks like. There is a pool from down there. While being in the pool, you can have that view also. Yeah, that's it. It's called Xeon View Hotel and Resort. The next morning, on our 5th day, after doing some activities such as zip lining, we made our way to Little Adams Peak for another hike. The hike is about 30 minutes each way. If you go beyond the Buddha statue, the hike gets pretty steep, and I recommend wearing a footwear with a bit of traction. After hiking the Adams Peak, we had lunch at a Mexican restaurant, and despite the wait time, I highly recommend the place. I don't remember the name of the restaurant, but it shouldn't be hard to find a Mexican restaurant in the area. And after having the lunch, we made our way towards Diyaluma Falls. We were just in this water, and this is a fall, Diyaluma Fall in Sri Lanka. And let me show you the other end of this fall. It's down, and you could swim in here or bathe. The hike to waterfall coming back was no easy task, but
No!
it will be remembered for years to come. For years to come. We have torches, or what do you call this? Lights in our hands to make sure we can see our path. It's that dark outside. Yeah, there is no visible lights or rare. But it's exciting, and that's all it matters. The waterfall we went to see is not famous amongst the tourists yet. So that's why the path is like it is. And just in a few minutes we're gonna go through a village, a little village. But the destination was definitely worth the hike. I'll be sharing some photos to see how amazing it was being there. Yeah,
Okay.
had to document it. On the way to our final things to do, the safari. Everyone has been waiting for this the most. We are very excited to see the animals in the wild, because obviously all of us have seen them in the zoo, but we have a feeling it won't be the same when we see them in the wild. So let's see.
Today is the safari. Today is the safari. Everything else is irrelevant.
Chasing the wild. Chasing the wild. Here we are at the most southern, I wouldn't say most southern, but the southern part of Yala National Park. What you see in front of is an Indian Ocean, or the Indian Ocean, and there, as far as my eyes can see, is nothing. It's water. Water everywhere. Telling you guys, you must visit Sri Lanka once. Do it. So safari was everything we had expected, and I recommend booking it for the whole day as we did. But as a photographer, I recommend taking a 100 to 400 millimeter lens. I think it will be much beneficial. Just a note, if you plan on taking a souvenir back home, don't buy them from Yala, as there are very limited options in the town. And that's the end of our trip to Sri Lanka. All in all, I feel Sri Lanka is a very underrated country to travel to. If you're someone who enjoys traveling, you must visit and you will not regret it.
I know it's rough, but we'll make it through, and I'll back you up wherever you're going. I'm going to. I'll follow you through the black and the blue. Whatever the mountain, we'll climb to the next. Honey, I'm with you through life and to death. You're afraid. I wish you could see that. I think you're brave.